Richters Orchard is an operating apple orchard. It's the oldest operating apple orchard on the island. It was originally planted in 1900. The barn and the house were built and finished in 1900 by Mr. Richter, who came here intending to retire early in his 50s. So he became full-time in the apple business. Our dad came to work here in 1934, and in 1946 he bought it.
This time of year, we're middle of picking season, so I'm bringing bins out and they're filling them out there. I'm hauling them in, packing them up, and then selling them in the barn here. And then once a week we make cider.
We pick the apples and we bring them in here, and we put them in a machine which washes them and then grinds them up. Imagine putting a couple of apples in a blender and letting it run. And then that is ground into a tank, and we can pump that mash, we call it, into cloths. The cloths hold the mash in as we fold it over, and we put a rack on the cloth. We make a stack of racks and cloths and racks and cloths and racks and cloths, and then roll it over to a press which squeezes them, and that squeezes the cider out. It comes out through the cloth, like a filter cloth, and into a tank, and then it goes in a refrigerated tank. And that's cider. That's fresh, sweet cider.
I like to purchase locally. I like to support local business. When fall comes, I feel like eating apples, and this is the first place I would come.
They can get fresh off the tree fruit. They can get properly stored fruit all through the winter. We've been fanatically careful about the cider we make and how we make it, and we have the advantage of being an orchard. We can develop varietal blends that we like, and we can make the cider that way and maintain consistency that you can't maintain running a cider mill out of a truck.
Richters means to Long Island local business being strong and supporting Long Island, and Long Island supporting it.
Specifically to this part of the island is the last piece of agriculture. It's all shrunk away, and now there's a few orchards this end.
From what we hear from customers and when they come in and that, just that it's so good to just be able to pull in and look at a rural setting. The preservation of agricultural land on the whole island is important.
I think the benefit of being a family business has to come from the fact that you can't really argue with your own family.
I think there's probably an efficiency increase due to cooperation. We don't squabble. Some families seem to operate perfectly well fighting, but we don't.
Everything is a committee. Everyone works together to satisfy what we need to figure out.
We've each got our responsibility, and we kind of divide things up, and we can each do. Everybody knows the whole boat, but everybody has a job that they do. And that's basically the way all family farms end up.